Hello my chemical consumers and chemical enjoyers. So if you're anything like me growing up, you weren't very well off. So I spent much of my pastime kicking a ball into a wall, getting into friendly fights with friends, and throwing bottles at cars.
I like your car. Oh, thank you, bro. Appreciate it.
All pretty standard stuff, but due to a severe lack of a financial situation, games were rare to come by. Now, don't get me wrong, I still played the hell out of Minecraft Xbox 360 Edition and Uncharted 3 and a massive variety of other games. It's just that every once in a while my console would get permanently borrowed and sold. So most of the games I played consisted of free-to-play indie flash games that I played on my grandma's desktop that actually resembled more of a washing machine than an actual PC. But nevertheless, it was a magical experience, spending my day hopping from games like Papa's Pizzeria to Stardoll to Torture Game, all tasteful classics in their own right, but if I wasn't playing them, well, I was watching others play them. And sure, I loved watching the original Douchebag and Happy Wheel series as much as any other loser, but one game stood out over all else. A game by the name of Salt the Cot is a 2015 indie game created for London Dar 34. The team who made the game consisted of Amy Girardi, working on the adorable art for the game, Bogdan Rybak, who created the spectacular soundtrack, and Graham Borland, who coded everything. And with this spectacular team and an amazing premise, the stage was set for Salt the Cot to win the game jam by a landslide. But believe it or not, Salt the Cot didn't actually win that year's game jam. So how did it grow in popularity and become the game that thousands of people loved? Well, the game was later released onto itch.io, where it gained a pretty decent sized player base, but where it truly took off would be on the one, the only YouTube. Which reminds me, make sure to like and subscribe if you guys love Sort the Cart, with massive YouTubers picking the game up around a year after its initial release, with the likes of Jacksepticeye and Markiplier both playing it around the same time. With this being one of the most iconic games both YouTubers played, with animated shorts being made and multiple fan favourite moments coming from these videos.
Hello, Sonny. Can I borrow a coin for the newspaper?
No!
It caused the game to explode in popularity and opened the eyes of many to this spectacular game. Hell, this is even how I originally came across the game. Oh, and quick side note for all the people having a nice day today, that shit was 8 years ago. Closing in on 9. Which, it might just be me, but that shit makes me feel ancient. Anyway, it's time to actually talk about what makes Sort the Cot so amazing. That being its... So, for those who haven't actually played Sort the Cot or just don't remember, Sort the Cot's main premise consists of running a kingdom as either a king or a queen, with you having the power to only say yes or no. And yes, it is an incredibly simple concept, but then again, so is sliced bread, and that wasn't properly made until 1928, which, quick side rant, that's not even 100 years ago. Are you telling me that we made fucking tanks and discovered how to control electricity before we had the ability to sell pre-cut packaged bread? That does not make any fucking sense to me. Anyway, back on track. My point is that even though something simple doesn't mean it isn't great, and while saying yes and no is simple, your answers can affect your kingdom massively, as you have 3 major factors to take care of. The first one being population. This is as it sounds. You must ensure that you gain and maintain people by making the right decisions, which directly leads into the second factor, that being happiness. Now, happiness is something that when you increase it, it makes sure that no one gets any funny ideas like revolting or leaving. The way you increase it is quite easy, by just being a moral person and taking care of your people, which, once again, if you're anything like me, becomes challenging to say the least. And last but not least, we have gold. Now, gold is pretty much the most important aspect of the game, as having it allows you to guarantee the happiness of people and increase your population incredibly fast. However, it can also be the hardest resource to maintain. That is unless you're me and you would rather see the elderly starve than decrease your cool pile of gold. But these 3 factors are very important, as it's pretty much the difference between your kingdom looking like Switzerland or Detroit. But despite the incredibly fun and addictive mechanics that will have you yelling at the screen every time someone dares to ask for money, it's not what I love most about the game. Nor is it the iconic music or sound design, even though I do spend sleepless nights quoting the king.
Stop saying dumbass things! You're not even making sense!
No. My favourite thing about the game is between 2 things. That being the characters and choices. Okay, so let me break it down for you. So firstly, the characters in this game are some of the most iconic characters out of any game I have ever played. I mean, after even the first interaction with a character, they become instantly unforgettable, especially due to their adorable design, but also down to the way that each character feels like they're their own person. They all have their own unique quirks and requests, with my favourite 100% being the Knight, by the way. He is such a real one, he always brings you money, and even when he doesn't, he profusely apologises, which admittedly is pretty adorable. Oh, and another real quick side note, fuck the wizard, he's a bitch. And the second I got the option to, I banished his ass. Seriously, screw that guy and his stupid shitty magic. Anyway, and there's my other favourite part about the game, that being the choices. Now, choices are something that you are hit with the second you start the game. Seriously, some choices have massive consequences. For example, I decided to expand my kingdom out more, which requires me to destroy some woodland. But this led to 3 people getting incredibly upset with me, which then led to them beginning a campaign to try and destroy my people's happiness. And this all led from me just saying yes to one thing. But there are so many different choices and outcomes that can happen, especially considering all you can do is say yes or no. But if you made it this far, firstly, thank you. But you're probably sat there reminiscing and wondering just how you forgot such an iconic game. So, well, to put it simply, the devs just seem to be done with the project. Yeah. No controversy, no crazy reveal. The devs just seem to have moved on to bigger things, such as Graham Borland, who's the gameplay director for Alchemy Labs, which you will know for making insanely popular VR games like Job Simulator, Vacation Simulator, and even the Rick and Morty VR game. But Graham Borland has also continued to partake in game jams and upload a variety of games to his itch.io page. As for the other two, unfortunately I couldn't find much on Amy Girardi. From what their website shows, it seems like they're still making spectacular art. And as for Bogdan Rybak, he has continued to help make and develop games, as he's the co-founder of Moonradish Games and also works as an engineer for Alchemy Labs. So why did you forget about the game? Well, as I said, the game hasn't been updated in a hell of a while, as all creators have seemingly moved on. But could there be a possible chance for a return to Salt the Court, or even a remaster, as we've seen with other incredibly nostalgic Flash games like Papa's Pizzeria? Well, if I'm being honest, I truthfully doubt it. Well, it would be an incredibly cool concept for the devs to get back together and turn it into a full game with hours upon hours of content. It probably just won't happen, which may seem sad. But hey, let's just appreciate the game for what it is. A spectacular game which gave many of us spectacular memories that hopefully I've helped you remember and recapture in this video, which leads us directly into our... Well, it's been a ride playing through this game again years later. Not only did it help me capture some of my best old memories, but also make new ones. All I can do is hope that it did the same for you. This game is one of the most nostalgic games I've picked up in a really long time, and for that I am extremely thankful to the devs. And thank you guys for watching. Of course, if you have enjoyed and would like to see and listen to more of my insane ramblings, check out my Forager video, or just like and subscribe for future content. And don't forget to leave a comment telling me your favourite Sort the Court character. I've been Yummy Chemicals, and thank you for watching.